As agriculture remains central to Zambia's economy, achieving self-sufficiency in fertilizer is essential for safeguarding food security and strengthening the agriculture sector. The world-class plant we see here, with an annual capacity of 300,000 tons, will not only fulfill domestic demand, but also transform Zambia's resource advantages into tangible agricultural productivity. It will support the nation's goal to produce 10 million tons of maize and 1 million tons of wheat and soybeans annually. Looking ahead, the new phase of Europe project is already planned. These will expand production to another 300,000 tons of synthetic ammonia and 520,000 tons of urea per year. Zambia will transit from a urea importer to an exporter, boosting foreign exchange earnings, stimulating economic growth, and extending the benefits of China-Zambia cooperation across the African continent. Meanwhile, the upcoming inauguration of the Wonderful Group Industrial Park will further concentrate industries and foster new growth drivers, creating opportunities for Zambia's industrialization. Through sustained investment, the industrial park will promote integrated development across agriculture, industry, and technology, empowering Zambia to advance steadily on its path of self-reliant development. The United Capital Fertilizer urea plant also reflects the commitment of the Chinese businesses to sustainable development in Zambia. Over nearly 15 years, the Wonderful Group has invested over $1.5 billion in Zambia, creating more than 7,000 jobs and providing professional training to over 3,000 local technicians. These efforts have not only eased employment pressure, but also enhanced the local expertise. In addition, the group has funded the construction of roads, schools, hospitals, and water supply facilities, which have improved living conditions for local communities. To foster long-term industrial synergy and talent development, Wonderful Group plans to partner with the Copperbelt University to establish joint training programs, modernize laboratories, and provide scholarships for chemistry students. These will ensure a smooth transition from education to employment, with plans to train 1,500 chemical professionals in the next 5 years. Moreover, by allocating 30% of its procurement to local businesses, the group is empowering Zambian businesses to grow and thrive. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, today, as we witness commissioning of the United Capital Fertilizer urea plant and the inauguration of the Wonderful Group Industrial Park, we are not just building up a plant or an industrial park, but we are ushering in a new chapter of industrialization and a brighter, more prosperous future for Zambia. In conclusion, let me extend my best wishes for the successful commissioning of the plant and for the fruitful development of the Wonderful Group Industrial Park. May Mr. President and all our distinguished guests enjoy great, good health and every success. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, Your Excellency, the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to Zambia, His Excellency Han Jing. We are going to stay in China, so to speak, just a little longer, except now it's China Kuchalo, China in Zambia. And for this China in Zambia experience, we have a group calling themselves Shaolin Kung Fu. Let's give them a big hand. Let's give them a very big hand. And so they will show us what they have learned of some of Chinese traditional performances right here. Manja, 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 manja. Big hand for Shaolin Kung Fu. And so, of course, members of the media, yes, please, we ask that you allow for the guests, the president and the other guests on this side to be able to view the performance. Thank you. Basop, Basop. Let's give a big round of applause indeed to the Shaolin Kung Fu. I tell you, that's China, Kuchalo. China in Zambia. I heard someone saying at Nikuvina Chabeo. Bwerani naye mwentu kuchani hivi maplanga zakona. And I'm reliably informed that some of these will be included in the security detail for this facility. So approach with caution. Shaolin Kung Fu on duty. Thank you so very much. It is now time for us to be addressed by the Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry, Honorable Chipokamulenga MP, who I'm sure has been watching the progress at this facility very, very closely and is very excited to come and share his remarks, his excitement, his emotions with us today. Let's give a warm round of applause to Honorable Chipokamulenga, the host minister.
Thank you very much. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, our guest of honor, the Honorable Minister for Lusaka Province, Cabinet colleagues in our midst, permanent secretaries that have joined us here today, His Excellency, the Chinese Ambassador to the Republic of Zambia, the Board Chairperson for Wonderful Group of Companies, the Board Chairperson for United Capital Fertilizer and Management and Staff in our midst here today, Chief Executive Officers from financial, mining institutions, and other sectors that are here represented. Your Excellency, Mr. President, also allow me to recognize the presence of the Secretary General of the United Party for National Development, Mr. Imenda, and the entire United Party for National Development, UPND structures in our midst here this afternoon. Your Excellency, before I go on to address your people, allow me to do one thing with your permission, to call upon the Member of Parliament, my dear brother, Honorable Sipo Lazo, to come and greet his people in a minute. Please, Honorable Member of Parliament, come and pay courtesy to the people.
Good afternoon, everyone. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, allow me, Mr. President, to ride on all the protocols that have already been established. And I'll be brief, Mr. President, in the interest of time. Mr. President, I just want to state one thing. Being not only a member of Parliament for this constituency, but being a community member and a person who has grown up and lived in this area for the past 26 years, Mr. President, I have personally witnessed the growth of this company. And we have seen almost every brick, Mr. President, that has seen this company come up to what it is today. Mr. President, I must state that this company, under the Wonderful Group, is supplementing government's efforts, especially in terms of employment. As you can see, Mr. President, a number of the young people in the constituency are working in this company, especially from this corner of the constituency. I must state that even, Mr. President, some of the young people that are working in here are actually people that I personally grew up with, my friends, and now they're actually feeding, they're helping to look after their families because of the jobs that they have here. I must state, Mr. President, also, let me touch also on some of the few issues happening in Chilanga, especially on the social programs like the Cash for Work, Mr. President. I must state, Mr. President, that also a Cash for Work program has actually benefited more than 40,000 families in Chilanga, Mr. President, which is not a small number, Mr. President, as it's still going on. By the time we get to next year, Mr. President, I believe we are going to touch even 80,000. As you know, Chilanga, Mr. President, is probably the fastest growing district in this country, I must state, in terms of economic activity and also in terms of population-wise. Today, we are sitting at around 271,000, Mr. President. So this, Mr. President, entails that even one of the issues that we need to bring back is the issue of Bill 7, because a constituency like Chilanga, Mr. President, needs delimitation. And I must state, Mr. President, also, one plea that I wish to bring before you is because of the activities happening in this part of the district, Mr. President, there is so much traffic, I must state, especially from this company. The traffic volume from here, we have the Apollo L85, all the military containment facilities in the district are causing a lot of traffic on the Mungwi Road. So I want to make a plea with you, Mr. President, and I'm glad that the Minister of Infrastructure is also here, that the distance between this area, which is called Mundengwa, Mr. President, to the Mungwi Road 7070 junction intersection is less than 12 kilometers. And we may ask, Mr. President, if Mungwi Road could be expanded into a dual carriageway, Mr. President, to ease the traffic in this area in the next budget. So, Mr. President, with those few words, I want to express my sincere gratitude not only to your leadership, Mr. President, but to the wonderful group for bringing this massive development to Chilanga. I thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Mr. President, thank you very much. Your Excellency, I will be failing in my recognitions if I don't recognize one man as well who's in our midst, Mr. Champion Tembo. Your Excellency, I need to say something about this man. I really don't know what his name was before United Capital Fertilizer was created. Your Excellency, this man comes from a place where I don't know if names are short, they just pick anything they find and they give them names. My dear brother Champion Tembo, Your Excellency, when we first did our D-compound fertilizer, he had a grandchild whom he named D-compound Tembo. When I was coming in here, he also mentioned that he's very excited about this plant. And he's got another granddaughter now whom he's naming Urea Tembo. And he's very expectant, Your Excellency, for the phosphate plant to be set up so that we can also have a phosphate Tembo in this community. So please, Mr. President, allow me to recognize the Council Chairperson, Mr. Champion Tembo. Mr. President, Excellency, and dear colleagues coming in from different sectors, I need to mention something as was directed by His Excellency the President before we were coming here today. He said it way back, months back. And his focus has been to make sure that industries of different sectors, but with associated activities and demands in services and other good offerings should work together. It is for this cause, Mr. President, that we do not only have people from the agricultural sector in this meeting or this gathering, we also have executives from financial institutions that have been key in making sure that this facility comes together. We also have institutions, Your Excellency, or should I say executives from the mining sector. Because what we are witnessing here, Mr. President, will give birth to products that the mining sector will uptake. Phosphate, Mr. President, is one among the huge products that the mining industry is importing in this country. In the same way, we have limited capital flight on importing fertilizer. Because of what we are witnessing here today, we will start buying phosphate from within here, inland, Mr. President, limiting the export of the dollars to strengthen our currency. Your Excellency, I want to say something that is important. We are here to witness the commissioning of the power plant, the production of urea for production, consumption within the country and for export. But this is not the only major milestone that you are implementing or officiating. Your Excellency, on Monday you will be in Kafue to officiate the launch of the rehabilitated, recapitalized and improved nitrogen chemicals of Zambia, which is also contributing to the growth of our agricultural sector. On Wednesday, Your Excellency, allow me also to announce that you will be in Lusaka, Kafue, to launch the first ever starch plant in Zambia. Mr. President, the medical sector, the FMCG sector has always been importing starch from India, Turkey, and China. But now we are setting this plant up, the industrial revolution that you've always asked for to happen in our country. Your Excellency, as we are here to witness what is happening, I need to mention something that is very important. I listened to the board chairperson when he talked about the financial institutions that have come together through syndication to provide financing to achieve what we have achieved here today. Mr. President, I never understood what you meant about local resource mobilization. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow countrymen and women, it is important to see our banks, local banks, finance such institutions, such facilities. His Excellency was whispering to me when we were seated there, and I remembered what he told me once a few years ago about getting NAPSA to finance facilities like this one. We should take pride in ourselves lending finances to companies like this where they pay with interest to grow our fortunes. And this is exactly what we are doing. We should take pride in seeing our local banks financing such facilities, as opposed to what used to happen in the past, where every financial institution was external. When companies like this are set up, they always paid with interest outside the country. Your Excellency, thank you for teaching us how to grow an economy by using local resources. Before I go to call upon His Excellency the President, I need to mention something that we are celebrating here today. It is not only the turning up of power, it is not only setting up of the fertilizer plant. Mr. President, a wonderful group of companies, through United Capital Fertilizer, has come with a way of doing business which is unique. The corporate social responsibility that they have come with, Your Excellency, is something that I would also want to say to our colleagues coming in from different institutions, the mining sector and other financial institutions. United Capital Fertilizer, Mr. President, has set up a school which will incorporate more than 300 pupils in this community, a brand new school, buying in your vision of free education. Mr. President, United Capital Fertilizer is building a hospital. They've already set up a clinic. Now they're upgrading it into a hospital. United Capital Fertilizer, Your Excellency, I need to respond to the call by my brother about the road that he needs to be done. 8 kilometers of a road will be done, Mr. President, linking this side to Mumbo Road, Mr. President. And all these trucks we see, Your Excellency, will be easily finding themselves into Mumbo Road. I am very deliberate about the corporate social responsibilities I'm talking about, for one purpose. And I should also mention, Your Excellency, immediately after the signing of the second phase of the upgrade of this facility, United Capital Fertilizer is beginning to construct 1,000 house units for their employees. What we are witnessing here today, Mr. President, is not only an industrial revolution. Dear colleagues from mining sectors, I am very sure when we were driving through here, we drove through a concrete road, which the Minister of Infrastructure has always advocated for. Long before United Capital Fertilizer was brought here, it was all sand, it was all dust. But this company that we have has put up a concrete road. Again, the 8 kilometers road that will be set up to link with Mumbwa will be another concrete road. The houses they are building, the clinics, the hospitals, social amenities they are building. This is how Zambia copper belt was built by the mining institutions. When they discovered copper, they built houses, they built clinics, They build socio-economic amenities for the people. Your Excellency, thank you for bringing this leadership that is inspiring investment, that is going back to the time of development that goes beyond just profits in a country. I want to make a call and a plea to everyone else. Recently, His Excellency allowed the signing of a local content by the Minister of Mines. This is a document that is meant to empower the local communities, the Zambian business owners, SMEs, to do business with multinationals, to do business with enterprises as big as United Capital Fertilizer. Mr. President, thank you for being thoughtful for us, the SMEs. Thank you for being thoughtful of how we can have a revenue share with companies like mines, with companies like this one. Mr. President, I wish to call upon the Zambian public to pay particular attention to the local content that you authorized to sign, which many regimes have struggled to do, but now it has been done. That is a document meant for you and I to have skill development, revenue share with other multinationals that are here. With these remarks, ladies and gentlemen, please join me by standing and welcoming His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, to addressing us.
Thank you very much. You may take your seats, please. Please do take your seats. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me recognize. All right, okay. Chabuino, guys. All right, thank you very much. Let me recognize the Minister of Commerce and all the cabinet colleagues that are present here, the provincial minister that has spoken already, we recognize you. Let me also recognize the public sector workers, central government, local government, through the Secretary to the Cabinet, to represent all of us, including mayors, for our local authorities. Let me acknowledge the Member of Parliament and your colleagues that are here, and indeed others. Let me acknowledge the wonderful group chair, United Capital Fertilizer chair, the chief executive, Mr. Huang, and your team, management team, and indeed the workers that have done a fantastic job on this site. I must acknowledge Chairman of the China Chemical Engineering, really for the work that you're doing, and yesterday I had a meeting with you in State House. We had a very good meeting, and I can see why you said what you said in the meeting yesterday. I can understand that, because a lot of good work is happening here, but we want it to happen even on other sides. Let me acknowledge the business community, financial institutions that are here, that have provided support towards this investment. Let me acknowledge the mining sector leaders that are here, supporting your colleagues, United Capital Fertilizer, the farming community that are here, my fellow farmers, we acknowledge you. Let me also simply say, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in that order, the media that is here. I want to start by expressing my gratitude for your invitation, United Capital Fertilizer and the wonderful group, for me to officiate at today's occasion here a triple occasion. I would like the people here to pay attention to this aspect. I know it has been mentioned. I just want to rub it in that we are here to officially open the 85 megawatts of electricity that has been or is being generated here. Number two, we are here to officiate at the top dressing, some would like to say, urea plant and the associated products that today we are commissioning. Number three, we are here to launch the wonderful group of companies industrial park. So this is a triple occasion that brought us here. And I would like we the Zambians to celebrate these components that have come about as a result of the investment around here. So we can kick our memories properly, jiggle our memories properly. Over there is the vessel dressing plant, which we came to officiate some time back, commenced construction in November 2020, 2021, 2022. When was that? Minister of Agriculture. 2021. And you can see the journey of this area. My colleagues, fellow citizens, you can see what this area has become from farmland to what it is today. Vessel dressing, top dressing, urea, power plant, electricity. And as I was being driven, first walking and driving around here in a golf cart, we were walking through the plan of what this industrial park will contain. Some products have already been mentioned here, but that includes acids, producing acids that will feed the mining sector, producing, because we have a shortage of acid right now. We actually, not long ago, had to slow down the export of acid into Congo DR because we needed it for our own mining operations. This location here will help us increase the production of acid. That will go into the mining sector, which will help us move towards our 3 million tons of copper in a 10-year period. I want you to see the connections, how an economy is a jigsaw puzzle, and all pieces matter. When they are put together properly, they deliver a jigsaw puzzle in the pattern that you love the most, as you see it from the surface. But below that jigsaw puzzle, there are a lot of bits and pieces that are being stitched together. And so, that acid will maintain jobs, help maintain jobs in the mining sector, creating new jobs here. Very important. My fellow citizens, you need a bit of attention to detail for you to understand how these things work and why we should support investments like this. Here, there will be explosives being produced. Explosives, again, we need in the mining sector. Explosives we need in the construction sector. Minister of Infrastructure, to break the rocks, to create roads, passages, to create drainages, to run pipes, if for anything, drinking water. Human consumption animal consumption. Here will be facilities to produce electric vehicle batteries. Here. Now, this is an economy on its own. It's a big economy, not a small one. I am only touching the tip of the iceberg. You heard issues about collaboration with national service. But more importantly, here on this site, this new site, as they call it, the northern plant, combined together, here will produce fertilizer for our consumption in the country, all of it. We will produce fertilizer here that we will export to our neighboring countries. If you can't clap about this, I don't know what you're going to clap about. This means food security. This means increased yields on our farms, on our fields. From less than 2 tons per hectare, this investment here will help us move towards 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tons per hectare. And we don't have to cut more trees in order to produce 10 tons of maize, for example. On 1 hectare, we should be able to produce 10 tons of maize instead of using, if you like, almost 5 hectares. 1 hectare. That's the connection. We Kaondes say, Varongova, this is a big deal. Here on the site. A site that used to be rocks and bushes. This site, I went into a chemistry laboratory inside there. And Chairman, United Capital Fertilizers Chairman, wonderful group, and Chief Executive Wang, I'm a perpetual student myself. So I was watching, following what those young people were saying in the chemistry laboratory. And we'll be producing things there, testing things, analyzing samples that will go into the industry, in the economy to help us produce better products in here. Connecting to university, Copperbelt University. Sending students there to study chemical engineering. This site, Varongova, this is something. Those students there will come and work here. They are given scholarships, helping our government to sponsor students as we do our bursaries, helping us to pay meal allowances for those students because their scholarship will cover everything. That's a connection. If you can't see that connection and you are in the cabinet of HH, you are the wrong person. You are the wrong person. I know my colleagues understand. I'm encouraging them when we were debating in cabinet to take decisions to authorize these projects. Sometimes it will take a bit of time so we can come to the same level of understanding. And last cabinet meeting, I proposed, in fact, I guided the Secretary of the Cabinet to arrange a tour for all the cabinet ministers. The next cabinet meeting will be a tour of the United Capital Fertilizer plant. That will be the cabinet meeting. The Constitution allows the President to host or hold a cabinet meeting anywhere. And I've chosen that the cabinet meeting will take place around here. Mr. Huang, give us a boardroom and we'll be sitting here to have a meeting. Why? I want my cabinet colleagues to share in the vision of what we saw before these buildings were up here, so that it will be easier to support this industrial park, it will be easier to support other investments. I challenged the chairman of the China Chemical Engineering in a meeting yesterday. I said, bring more investments, support more investments here. So I want my cabinet to have a shared vision of what it takes to develop this economy. Specific sectors. One industrial park providing various products that assist other industries to grow. So in here, we can tick the box of jobs. Jobs, we tick it. Yes, kwenyu. Jobs, vessel dressing fertilizer, top dressing fertilizer, acid, research, education. Hey. I want to thank the shareholders who took the risk, took the decision to invest in the vessel dressing compound D there, in the top dressing, the ammonia, in the electricity generation, 85 megawatts at a time we need electricity the most. UCF comes with the technology. Again, I was talking to a China Chemical Engineering chairman. I said, when you do business in this country, in Zambia, don't bring me secondary technology. Bring me the first-class technology. I can now confirm that there's first-class technology here. So technology, capital, So, I want to return to my cabinet colleagues. You will come, those who are not here, come and take a tour. We will start the cabinet meeting in State House, then adjourn to here, move to here, so you can tour, ask your questions, the things we used to discuss in cabinet, the debates we used to have, and what you have seen. Then you will come back to State House for us to conclude the cabinet meeting. That will mean we can work together. Two can only work together if they are agreed. That's the Bible. Today, I don't want to say anything other than what I've indicated here, and simply to thank once again the shareholders for risking your capital here in this country, in this district, Chilanga, thanking you, the Minister of Commerce, Minister of Agriculture. I want to also thank the contractors. I want to thank the management, board, management, yes, shareholders, board, management, workers, technical skills that have come into here to be part of that construction. Not to bore you, one of the cabinet meetings, Mr. Huang, I learned that bottle there, that's why I said I want to walk. I walked there, I was trying to smell if there's pollution. I couldn't smell anything, and my nostrils are very sensitive. It tells you that there's good work that has been done. Generally, where fertilizer produces a lot of awful smells, there's none here. I also wanted to see that bottle, because when that bottle was moving from the port, I'm told it took over a month, because it's an abnormal load. When it arrived at Kafue Bridge there, ZRIA detained it for a couple of days because the movement permit had lapsed, because the trucks were slow because of the regulatory speed requirements, not just in Zambia, but in other countries where that bottle was passing through. And the permit expired, and that bottle was kept there by Kafue Bridge for a couple of days. And I happen to have learnt about that in my inquisitive way of doing things. And in that meeting, I told one of my colleagues, Minister, I said, you leave the cabinet meeting, go and get that bottle out of there. United Capital Fertilizer will not run away. Do the paperwork later. I want that bottle at the plant so that the progress can be achieved. That's what we did. Before I came here, I heard that there's a land issue, some land issue delaying the conclusion of the paperwork for the industrial park. And I have instructed some colleagues that are not here. I said, go back by 17 hours today. I want that land issue resolved. It's a non-issue. We are not looking at the title issue. We are looking at the usage value of this site so that we can create jobs for the youth. So, Mr. Wang, before close of tomorrow, all those land issues will be cleared from the government side. Mr. Kavaye, Chairman Temba, that's my word. Before 17 hours here, Chairman, the banks there can see you. Prof, as witness, you'll be the witness. Prof Sasa, you'll be the witness. I've singled you out. By 17 hours, I want to hear a report that all outstanding issues around land for this site are cleared, and that's instruction Secretary of the Cabinet this afternoon. By 01 tonight, I want you to phone me and say you have cleared the issues for tomorrow. There is no working hours. Every hour is a working hour. If we have to work at 01, so be it. After all, it's in your mind. It's in your mind to say it's 01. Can you prove to me it's 01? You assume it's 01 because you are here in Lusaka. What time is it in New York? It's a different time. So there is no day, there is no night. We just want to work and more work after work. That's the culture we want in this country. We want to replace this country's habits of party after party with work, work, and more work after work. That's it. That's it. When we finish the work, we can take a nap. Before we finish the work, we have to get the job done. This is my scene of the past. In my days in the profession, Coopers and Lybrand, I used to spend nights in the office. As long as the work is not finished, my team and I stayed there, and in the morning, 6 hours, I say, you take the report to the client at 8 hours. You guys go and sleep. We'll see you tomorrow, after the work is done. Why would we allow laziness to permeate our society? Think of November 2021 and look around what has been done here since then. This is a world-class speed of doing work. We can all do it. Mayufi, we can do it. Whatever you are doing, do it properly. Quality of work, timely delivery, you will become somebody in a few years from now. That's how it works. I think that's my message here, to simply thank my colleagues in cabinet who many times think the president is pushing them too much, but I thank them for their tolerance, I thank them for their teamwork, and today we are here. We want to do more things. I said to the Minister of Commerce, Minister of Infrastructure and Energy, I said, just imagine if there were 10, 20 companies like United Capital Fertilizer. Just imagine. The total spend around here of close to $1 billion. If we had 10 companies of this kind, even in different sectors, you will have $10 billion of new investment. 20 of them, you will have $20 billion. That gives you an idea of what this country is capable of doing to better the lives of our people. Jobs, business opportunities, treasury income, so we can fund free education. 2.3 million kids have gone to school because this government is driving skills development as the best investment in inheritance and equalize. We can raise money to pay bills for the sick, drugs in hospitals, more health centers, more maternity wings. We can take care of the sick, as I say. We can take care of the old. We can take care of the differently abled. We can take care of the retired. That is why this government was able to pay outstanding retirement benefits, which were outstanding for 20 years. People were sleeping at the Ministry of Finance there. Even in the rain, you drive there, you will not find a retiree waiting for their terminal benefits to be paid. We paid all the benefits going back 20 years. It is because we have an intentional attitude to work. That is what I'm asking Zambians. Reflect on what you want your country to be. For me, I want this country to be better for all of us. Not a few, but for all of us. In our different ways, in our unity and diversity, this country is on the road to something many of you have not even envisaged. In the next 5 years or so, this country will be fundamentally different. Zambia is open for business. I'm inviting investments here, domestic and foreign investments. You are invited here. We have no exchange controls in this country. We are the only ones in the region without exchange controls. We are the only ones that when you invest here, you pay your workers, you pay your suppliers, you pay your taxes, your dividends, you can take wherever you want to take your dividends. We are the only ones. So when you consider where to locate your investment, think twice. This is the best investment location. Come and invest here, produce here, process here, value add here, supply the local market, the excess you sell to the region. And I want to confirm what I said to you in opposition. Every time I meet my fellow presidents in the region, I say, where are you buying your fertilizer, Mr. President? They tell me the destination. I say, no. Buy fertilizer from Zambia. Buy it from Zambia. I'm the chief marketing officer for Zambia. I'm the chief salesman for Zambia. I'm the chief investment officer for Zambia. You have something you produce, we will buy it as an economy under our policy of positive discrimination. And we started with United Capital Fertilizer. There was a lot of noise, a lot of resistance. Even my old friends fought this president to say, no, you are taking business away from us. I said, no, we invest, manufacture here, and we'll give you business. And we gave United Capital Fertilizers business without shame. And we are proud that we did that. And that gave them the ability to be viable. And the banks are able to extend money now to this business because this business is viable. We buy from our own businesses fertilizer from here and elsewhere. Whoever else invests here, your government will buy from you under the policy of positive discrimination. I didn't say it. I see the vision here. There will be pharmaceuticals here. You'll be producing pharmaceuticals here. We will be buying from you. All our hospitals will be buying from you because we want you to employ more Zambians. Pesticides. The story is long. I think I've said it. I've said it all. Cabinet colleagues, thank you for coming. I'm really happy that you're here, and I think it makes our job easy when we sit in cabinet meetings. I must say, with the words I've said and those of the words or the words said by other colleagues who have spoken, let me once more thank the shareholders, the board, management and staff for advancing Zambia's fertilizer industry, electricity and indeed the broader manufacturing base for our country. I use this opportunity you've given me, singular opportunity, to declare the urea plant, the 85 megawatts of electricity power plant, and indeed your industrial park, our industrial park, officially commissioned. Thank you for your kind attention. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, Mr. President. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big, big round of applause to the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. To give the vote of thanks on this occasion, we're going to invite the Group Chief Executive Officer for the wonderful group of companies, Mr. Huang Yaoqi. Let's put our hands together for Mr. Huang as he comes to give the vote of thanks. Let's give him a round of applause, shall we?
Mr. President, today I'm very much excited and very happy and even short of words. The President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. The Chinese Ambassador to Zambia, His Excellency Mr. Han Jing. The Cabinet Ministers present, senior government officials, board, management, and staff of Wonderful Group and all subsidiaries. The board and management of China National Chemical and Wuhan Engineering, Chairman Mr. Moore. Banks and financial institutions. I'm sure that all the CEOs are sitting behind. The Malcolm community, all protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, may I take this opportunity to express our deep thanks to you, Mr. President, and your government for your firm support and open engagement approach. This helps us to communicate and leverage on much-needed government support to remain afloat and development. Private sector cannot invest millions of dollars in the country if government posture not right. Consistent policy and correspondence and deliberate action from government are very key. We are getting this from your government, and we thank you, sir. The banks here present, thank you for your individual and collective support to the growth and operation of the Wonderful Group. Last month, I openly spoke to some banks to shift their funding models and look more at growth strategy through greenfield project finance instead of focus more on brownfield. Today, we are celebrating this launch because some banks took their risk to finance the greenfield projects. Absa Bank, thank you for taking this leader and risk on the urea project and enabling to us today to complete and switch on not only the urea production, but also power generation. This is our story indeed, and our story matters, even beyond Zambia. Thank you very much, CEO. Thank you very much, Absa team. Thanks to Zanaco PLC tool, who participated in the NPK or the compound fertilizer plant construction in 2022, which led to the production and the first export of fertilizer from Zambia to the region. The investment space is big, and we are inviting other banks to join in and get the part, especially that we are launching our industry park, where the Wonderful Group will be getting into strategic partnership to develop single business unit operation model. Just this year, Zanaco Bank is leading the bank did the syndication, did the $250 million facility to support the United Capital Fertilizer for the working capital. This has ever happened in the history of Zambia. For $250 million facility gave to United Capital Fertilizer. Chairman of NAFTA, NAFTA, thank you. I apologize, Chairman of Zanaco. Chilanga MP, you know, Chilanga MP, the Honorable, every time, 24/7, anytime the company will have a challenge, we need his support, we just call. He's answering our call 24/7, never tired with our report, with our trouble. Chilanga Mayor, with this kind of investment, it's benefit to call your mayor and not the chairman. Mr. Temple, I know you have a lot of church and named Temple, but from us, any challenge we have, we complain to Mr. Temple. He always calling. Sometimes he often put on loud, his phone on loud. He calling another government department. It's like this project is his. The way he's pushing, the way he's talking is his project. It's not our project. Now we can say this project belongs to Chilanga, belongs to the Moko community, and also belongs to Zambia. It's for everyone. Thank you. The district administration officer and all departments, thank you for your holding our hands and being with us through and through. The community, Malcolm and the Mudengwa community, you are our family and part of our heart, bit of one of group of companies. Let's remain united and more development for our area in guaranteed. We are finishing the secondary school construction, and the next is to extend hospital and provide better health care to our people. We see you like, and thank you for your cooperation. Now here, I want to give the special wish to our community. You know, in September, when we're cleaning the pipes, it's high temperature, high pressure, the steam, we clean the pipe. The noise from Momba Road, 8 meters away, people are complaining. They said in the night we can't sleep. The noise is too big. But our community, they just living neighborhood, just next door. No one complaining. They say we understand. It's just short times. We're supporting this project. And some community members from Momba Road they come here, and our community members explain to them to support. They all understand. This is how good is our community members. Thank you very much once again. Lastly, Wonder Group pledged to invest and create jobs through our slogan, leading the industry, creating the future. It's not just a slogan, but our ethos. To prove this, we are launching the Wonder Group Industry Park today with the investment of pledge of $5 billion in the next 5 years. Thank you. And over 25,000 additional direct jobs here with the industry park. To set the ball in motion, today we are signing the expansion of the ammonia and the urea plant of cost of $1.4 billion. So we want our president to be and the ambassador to be witness of the signing ceremony. This will bring on board additional of 500,000 tons of ammonia and 800,000 tons of urea, 300,000 megawatts power, and another products for industrial use. The Wonder Group Industry Park will be the hallmark of the manufacturing and the industry in Zambia, which will not only create jobs, but be a haven of real life skill for our youth. The Wonder Group does not only deliver on its own pledge, but exceeds all the pledge, watching the space. At last, I also want to encourage our youth who is working in the group, who is standing here. I want to use 1 minute to give you a short story. When I'm just completed school, I'm working in one of the company. I'm same as you. I'm just the general workers. I loading the trucks, overloading the trucks. I'm going to the factory to fix the machines, to learn from others. Just 3 years later, I come to the general manager in the company. Just 3 years. Now, 30 years from I completed school up to today is from the general workers up to where I am now. People call me millionaire. Some people call me, no. You know, they gave me a lot of title, but I still stand where I am, where I come from. Just the general workers, you step by step, encourage yourself, focus what you're supposed to do. Never give up. Doesn't matter how hard, how difficult, continue. One day, one of you, all of you, will be stand here and give speeches to everyone. So please, cover yourself. Mr. President, I'm ending off my